Ross Feingold's here, a political risk analyst on the Asian front. Very good morning to you, Ross.
Good morning from Formosa, or what some people still call Free China.
Free China, blimey. Listen, 2 Chinese citizens captured fighting for Russia in eastern Ukraine. This story broke yesterday, sort of late afternoon. Volodymyr Zelensky reported it. Quite a story. We're told there's about half a dozen of them, perhaps, in a group fighting for the Russians. But some people have said to me, this is obviously just a sort of a rogue group. It's nothing official. What do you make of it?
It's probably not official. Look, Russia has been recruiting foreign fighters ever since the war began. They've recruited people from Africa, from South Asia, and apparently from East Asia as well. Just like Ukraine has also recruited foreign fighters. Sometimes, though, it's people who've been recruited to fight Russia. They've talked about the pay not being what was promised. They've died on the battlefield, and all their families get is a letter. It's difficult to repatriate the bodies. So obviously, Russia's not taking care of its foreign fighters the same way Ukraine is. But for official interaction, or for China to learn through official channels about the front and about the war and about technology and weapons, they have other channels to do that. They could go on an attaché to attaché basis and go to the front. I don't think that these were official. Chances are they were just people either looking for adventure or looking for money. But that being said, Mike, this is hugely embarrassing for the Chinese government, because they pride themselves on saying, even though they're close to Russia, that we don't take sides in this and we just hope for peace. That's their official line, notwithstanding the increasingly close cooperation between Russia and China.
Yes, because they're buying an awful lot of Russian energy at the moment, aren't they? They're buying an awful lot of that Russian gas that they can't sell anymore into Europe. So the Chinese are taking it all.
That's right. Russia has been able to last this long for a number of reasons. India has also been a good customer for Russian energy, but China is their best customer. And China provides a lot of manufactured goods that Russia simply doesn't make. Russia manufactures weapons. They take energy out of the ground. But when it comes to making other household products and things like that, they really have no manufacturing base, so they rely on cheap goods from China.
Right. And just as a matter of interest, from where you sit, what are you making of the Trump tariff row? You know, the front page this morning talking about, 104% tariffs being put on Chinese goods, the Chinese not being very happy about it, talking about trade wars being very unhelpful. They're not going to back down. Where do you think it's all going to go?
Well, the tariff imposed on goods from here in Taiwan is 32%. So the government here in Taiwan is a little disappointed. They thought the United States had Taiwan's back in Taiwan's face-off with China, and that the United States would always protect Taiwan. But this is crashing up against the realities of Trump's trade policies. Now, look, it's hard for a lot of countries to swallow. There are going to be countries that are really shocked. They thought they were friends with the U.S., or they thought they had gone through the right channels to befriend President Trump. But President Trump at heart is a negotiator, and that's why countries are lining up to negotiate. And if some of them cut deals with the United States, Trump is just going to say, see, my policy worked.
Yeah, absolutely interesting, fascinating stuff. Good to talk to you. Ross Feingold, thanks very much indeed. An Asia political risk analyst, saying that, this is embarrassing for China, but it's not sort of China-inspired, if you like. They found these 2 fighters on the Russian side in Ukraine fighting on behalf of Vladimir Putin. I wonder how many more of them there are.